Paez. As we get ready for this tip-off, first possession. And that ends up with the Meralco Bolts. The zone D for Terrafirma. That three is good. So Quinto starts us off in the triple.
I mean, that's how it is, Andrew. We were talking about the history of Bong Quinto and how he evolved to become a good two-guard, even a three for Meralco. It's because he was really able to develop his outside game aside from his ball handling skills.
He didn't have that in college. It's Bong Quinto
showing us. It just makes me look so good. Thank you, Bong. Parents would want to call Bong, like a junior, Some parents would either look at that, play with the names.
Take a look at that burst of speed by Mark. Bong Quinto gets to Almazan. Cliff Hodge drives against Sanggalang, hangs in the air. Oh, gets the friendly roll.
You can see the size factor, the Meralco Bolts, lording it over underneath.
Terrafirma. Sanggalang against two. Ooh, steps in. What a move. Sanggalang gets it to go.
I'm just amazed by Luis Sanggalang's, footwork and most especially, that upper body strength to be able to post up anyone in the league.
At the floor. Rios trying to attack the middle. Hangs in the air. Gets swatted away.
Again, Luis.
Quinto, one more time. He's been hot. Almost another four-pointer. Almazan. It's too easy against Springle.
What you want.
Aaron Black being shaded here. Gets it to Hodge. Hodge, tough shot. Ramos secures the board. Oh, Black gets away with it.
That's something that you don't want the Meralco Bolts to have. Of course, Anjo Karam is available, and for sure, Coach Nenad will be making use of a guy like Anjo Karam who's always ready to play. Again, I think the courtside reporter's tired because he had to rush back already to his post. But definitely, it really is a key. For me, it's quite obvious that we have the Meralco Bolts with their size, and that's something that we're already seeing early in the first quarter. That's why there was a big size lead already. And that's something that we need the Terrafirma team to really have a lot of those guards to really rebound too. So let's see how the development will be, Andre, because this is going to be a much harder game compared to the Phoenix team.
All right now, Meralco, you can see, aside from their size, they're playing with a bit more sense of urgency, getting to those boards, getting to those offensive rebounds, and they're really just passing the ball so well here in the first quarter. Melesio gets it up to Terence. Terence, layup is good for Romeo.
That's a great side inbounds play there. Grateful for this opportunity to play and even to commentate here in the PBA. I owe the PBA a lot in my career.
And as Romeo finds some space, and that's automatic for TR7. 25-13. Much needed basket for Terrafirma. Drive inside. Oh, what a finish by Cancino.
This is what's heavy with the Bolts. You got guys coming off the bench. Last game against Terrafirma, their bench points really was one of the reasons why they were able to get back in the game. And of course, if you have Cancino in your lineup, you're definitely going to be stacked with guys who can score.
Zaldivar, wide open three. Back-to-back triples for Terrafirma. And that's what Zaldivar does. Big man who can shoot from the outside. Cuts the lead down to 11. Terrafirma trying to finish strong here, but Meralco has other ideas. That's another three for the Bolts.
Fell short towards the end. So a lot of these guys still have a lot of sharpening up to do, most especially because they know there are formidable teams that are up and coming, just like Converge.
And Terence Romy just showed us how to dribble the basketball and get that ball through the net as he put on the moves against the Meralco Bolts. First basket of the second quarter goes to Terrafirma. Brent Paraiso guarding Nusa, the double and the great stop. Katapusan ahead of the pack. Easy layup finish. Great start for the Jeep.
This is the same thing that, Terrafirma forced on Phoenix in the previous game. If they can continue and sustain this kind of defensive ability, then Terrafirma would really give a tougher time to the Meralco Bolts.
Again, that's another tap away by Katapusan. That's what he does. Disrupts the offense of Meralco. Terence, extra pass, Zaldivar. Melesio drives baseline. Nobody there. That's 3 straight baskets for the Jeep.
Again, this combination right here, when you have CJ Katapusan in the lineup, he's very active with his hands defensively. That's why he was, again, same story as what they did against Phoenix. These guys are the ones that got their team back.
Oh, that's a bad foul by Zaldivar.
Drop down on that defense, but look at the way Jun Milesio read that defense rushing out on him. Guys have to drop down after, you know, Meralco was able to have that.
Asking for a screen from Sangalang. Terence pushing, forcing the issue. Great defense by Cancino. Rayson streaking down the lane.
Quick. You cannot like force your way in that defense because they are helping a lot in that defense. Again, Rayson is just really tearing his defense.
Harap. Bringing the ball down for Meralco. Extra pass, Cancino, 3, looks good. It's good for Cancino. Here in the second quarter, it's dried up. Cancino putting on the move.
There by CJ Cancino. Showing us a lot of modern day LeBron James. Because, you know, he actually does everything on the court.
Oh, that ball manages to find its way inside a hoop for Terrafirma. That's Aldris Ramos tipping it in. Terrafirma stops the drought on that one. Torres, Cancino. He's been the guy here. Being guarded closely by Paraiso. Karam, extra pass. Pascual to the corner. Cancino in and out. Nonoy, foot race. Great defense by Karam. Lots of hands here. No whistle yet as they go back to Nonoy. Inside pass, Sangalang. Bully ball inside with the finish.
Yes, against Cancino, he'll be able to do that with ease. That's his advantage. He's just way too strong under the basket.
42-26. Cancino again attacking the defense of Stanley. That's another miss for the Bolts. Chance for Terrafirma. They go back to Sangalang. Sangalang so aggressive inside against 2. Gets the basket plus the foul.
He's really a bull strong player. Reminds me a lot of a great player in Nelson Osaitono.
But he's that bull strong.
Yeah, he wouldn't really lift as much as we do because, of course, you know, I was never gifted with that strength, but I just had to work on that. Again, you know, like guys like Stanley Pringle, you know, they're gifted with speed and, you know, great ball handling skills. Aside from that, other players would come into the league. They really have to continuously work hard.
Oh, we're in the middle of a 9-0 run here by Terrafirma. Mark Nonoy just shot out like a can. Terrafirma to push them within 9 of the Meralco Bolts lead. Stanley Pringle, Mark Nonoy leading them.
Sometimes it will work, but chances are, if what happened was Paraiso went backdoor also or went relocated elsewhere.
Into. Pocket pass back to Mendoza, designated shooter, back-to-back triples for the Bolts.
It's that quick ball movement coming from the Meralco Bolts that gave them a lot of openings in that last play.
And that lead back up to 13 for the White Shirts. Again, it's been a game of runs. Sangalang gets doubled, shoots it, doesn't matter, just shoots over Pascual.
But they went single coverage on Sangalang and definitely.
Post up here by Pringle. Kicks it out. Nonoy thought about the 4. Drives, hangs, floats, shoots, and scores.
And that's what Coach Raymond was saying a while ago. You know?
ISO time here for Stanley. Pringle, bully ball, shoots, fades, and scores.
Joel Mendoza did everything possible, and yet Stanley was still able to go on a fall away.
And Terrafirma coming on strong here, just down by 7. Karam, fades, shoots. Oh! Nice shot by Karam.
He's a great player for me. You know, whenever you play him or not, you know, he'll always be ready to perform.
A consummate professional, Anjo Karam. Big production here as Nonoy tripped on that last play, leading to a fast break by Bong Quinto. Missed opportunity for the Jeep as they go back to Sangalang. He's against Pascual. Fake baseline drive. Spins into 2.
Great defense by the Bolts.
Nonoy for 4. Almost. Pringle skies high. That gets blocked and tipped. We'll stay with Terrafirma.
I mean, Manager Danny Spirit is also, I would say, part of that 50 years because he managed a lot of great players back then. It's his son already who's the one managing, helping out with all these their talent in their camp.
And always nice to see Boss Danny on the sideline, as of course he had a couple of health issues a couple of months ago. Nice to see him also back here watching the games once again. As Anjo Karam again finds his way to the basket and score 7 points for Anjo Karam.
And that's why you cannot really take him lightly because he will always be a threat.
Terren shoots a 3. No go. Almazan secures the board. 10 minutes. Oh, 10 seconds, I mean, remaining.
Gonna post up Aljun.
That's what he does, and that's how he finishes. Strong finish here for the Meralco Bolts as they lead the first half by 13. Terrafirma actually won this quarter by Paraiso. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Look at this defense by the Bolts. Tight defense gets erased. That's a shot clock violation by Terrafirma.
Everyone was just like watching right now what Brent Paraiso would be doing. Coach Raymond on the sidelines is saying that you just have to move that ball away. Look at it right here. You're up against a guy who has great defensive skills, and he will just put his arms up.
Alvin Pasaol gets it to Nunu. Corner shot, that is automatic. That's the shot that won.
Remember, in that second quarter, they did very well. So again, Meralco is making some good stops here.
So trying to force the issue there. Alvin Pasaol down the lane.
Meralco has been taking advantage of every miscue that Terrafirma would have with their execution.
That's a veteran team right there, knowing when to take advantage. That's another turnover by Terrafirma. Bad start here for the third quarter for the Jeep. That's Terrafirma. Disastrous so far as Meralco just taking advantage of every opportunity. Aaron Black drops it off. Almazan with a finish. Where will they go in this possession? They swing it back to Paraiso against Pasaol. The drive, strong drive, gets blocked by Pasaol.
But because they're playing defense, they would get some steals and convert and get going in the end. The problem is in this third quarter, it depends with Bong if he wants to be called that way, and if it's fine, we keep doing it.
We can stick with Bong as finally Sanggalang gets the first basket of Terrafirma here in the third quarter. Rayson gets it to Quinto. Inside Pasaol, extra pass, Bates. Too easy for Brandon Bates. He's gonna dance here. Terrence, double crossover, drive. Oh, gets blocked by Jose. Oh, they're gonna take a look at this. This is for the Bolts, pushing this lead up to 26. Ramos, nice fake inside. Basket is good. Aldrich Ramos, 4 quick points for the Jeep.
That's a nice move there by Aldrich Ramos. We all know that he loves to take those perimeter shots, and yet he can also put the ball on the floor.
Quinto. Gets it to Rayson. Kurt Rayson, 9 seconds on the shot clock for the Bolts. Fires a 3. Kurt Rayson overcooks it. Rebound ends up with Hanapi. Paulo Hernandez, corner. Mark Nonoy open. Doesn't challenge Bates. Katapusan, wide open 3. There you go, CJ Katapusan with a triple.
Again, you know, it takes a lot of will to be able to penetrate that defense, and it's not that easy. But with Mark None, he was able to get to the heart to at least draw that defense in and open things up for Katapusan.
Oh, what a pass by Bob Quinto. No luck to Brandon Bates. Meralco in total control. Rayson. Ooh, look at this. What a shot by Kurt Rayson. Steps to the side and shoots a long 2.
And that's composure and reading that defense.
Quinto. DJ Cancino. Nice pass to the shooter, Torres. And Torres gets a 3.
He almost hit that shot. You know, he made a mistake there by not filling in the lane.
No, he sails to the basket.
It's so quick to go straight to the guarding Bong Hawkins. You know, he may not be that quick, but his timing is really something that will throw you off.
Oh! CJ Cancino is having himself a ball game. Going the Bolts' way here in this ball game here at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium. They're up. There's a mismatch here. Quinto. Cancino, let's see if he has one more. Oh, third four-pointer for CJ Cancino.
He's got a hot hand in this game.
Nonoy blows the layup. They go to Rayson. Cancino, extra pass, Quinto. Back to CJ. Extra pass again. Too much passing there for Meralco. As Rayson gets the touchdown pass
turnover.
back.
The good thing about Rayson is sprinted down.
Wow, Kurt Rayson and CJ Cancino have been on fire in this ball game.
And those who are working hard and sprinting back on defense gets rewarded with an opportunity to score.
That's almost a steal by Rayson. Nonoy can't get the three back. Sanggalang against Pascual. Terrafirma trying to score here. Luis Sanggalang finds a way. For the Bolts is Kyle Pascual. So let's see if he'll get two here in the fourth quarter. Zaldivar loses it, but Pringle is there for the cleanup. Basket plus the foul.
And this is an opportunity for Zaldivar to be more active on offense. Sometimes they just need that opportunity.
Posting up Paraiso. Pasaol drives, recovers, finds a way to get the basket to go in. They want to get it back to Alvin Pasaol, who finds Mendoza. Pasaol open for three. Nice extra pass, Torres. And Torres makes a two. Assist to Alvin Pasaol.
Everyone's really having a good scoring night.
Pasaol has 7 in this ball game. Menesho finally gets 2. Only the fourth point for Aljo Menesho.
The thing is, it's just going to be like an exchange of baskets. Of course, that will be to the advantage of Meralco because they were up by a big margin already.
Aram. How about this? Anjo Aram fakes out everybody with the in and out and finishes with a floater. Barely any resistance from the defense of Terrafirma here in the fourth quarter.
I mean, the barrage of baskets by, Cancino and the rest of the Meralco Bolts really took its toll on Terrafirma.
And deflating for the Terrafirma Dyip. Sanggalang loses the handle. Mendoza against 2 green shirts. Stops, shoots, and scores!
Garbage time already. I mean, everyone is just like, getting some stops and continues to score.
Massive 42-point lead for the Bolts. And Terrafirma was within striking distance after the first half, but just Meralco, they're shooting here in the third quarter. Jose couldn't get the putback. Melesio up top, Sanggalang. Alley-oop is good.
He's still fighting, and that's a good sign.
Rosa. Cross court to Pasaol. Pasaol, 3. Oh, there you go. The 3 is good for Alvin Pasaol. He's coming on strong here in the fourth quarter. Sanggalang using that speed against Bates. Has to release to Melesio. Melesio lines it up. Finally hits a 3.
Whatever happens,
especially in a conference that you guys will contend.
In the long run, it will always benefit your entire team because should anyone fall injured or anything, then you have all these guys coming off the bench.
Jorge Montiel can't believe that was a miss by Hanapi. Rayson hangs in the air. Basket is good.
Look at that, Andre. Look at the excitement that Kurt Rayson has been doing in this entire game.
So nice, we got to see it twice. 40-point lead. Terence, underhanded layup is good for Dennis Romeo. And Kurt Rayson will just hold on to this as Meralco victorious. 2 games, 2 wins right now for Meralco in the Philippine Cup. Meanwhile, Terence Romeo and the Terrafirma Dyip will go down to 1-1 here in the first weekend of the Philippine Cup.